Mornings from 10 to 11 on WHOW's many platforms. On the Big 1520 across central Illinois, 92.3 FM in DeWitt County, and now on 106.5 FM in Logan County, and on the WHOW app. AgriTalk on WHOW.
This is Seth Lawrence, News and Program Director for WHOW and WEZC. We take pride in being Clinton and Central Illinois' local radio stations each and every day, 7 days a week. What does local news mean? Here's a sample.
The city is going to provide the school district funds, put turf on the varsity baseball field, infield and outfield, and also the varsity softball diamond, infield and outfield. So
my last day here in Clinton is December 27th. Going to start over in Farmer City that Monday, the 30th. So
you hear the local people that make the news every day, 7 days a week on the Big 1520 AM, 92.3 FM, and 106.5 FM WHOW, and on your easy choice for soft hits, 95.9 FM WEZC. News time, 8 minutes after 8 o'clock on this Friday. Thanks for being with us here on this Friday from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded 8 o'clock newscast, streaming to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. A winter storm watch has been issued for much of central Illinois with significant snowfall, ice accumulation, and strong winds forecasted from late Saturday night through Monday morning. The National Weather Service warns of hazardous travel conditions and the potential for power outages as the storm progresses. At least 6 inches of heavy snow is expected across the region, with a strong likelihood of accumulation. Areas south of Interstate 70 may also see a narrow band of ice accumulation with at least 1/10 of an inch possible. Blustery north winds gusting between 20 to 30 miles per hour could cause blowing and drifting snow, especially on east-west highways, further complicating travel. The storm is anticipated to impact portions of central, east central, southeast, and west central Illinois, with the heaviest snow expected north of Interstate 70. Meanwhile, areas along and south of Interstate 70 are more likely to experience ice accumulation. Hazardous conditions could make travel very difficult or impossible, especially during the Monday morning commute. Roads, bridges, and overpasses are likely to become slick, and sporadic power outages are even possible due to the combination of ice and wind. Residents are urged to monitor weather updates closely and consider delaying any travel plans. If travel is unavoidable, exercise extreme caution and be prepared with a winter storm kit, including essential items such as jumper cables, flashlight, a shovel, blankets, extra clothing, water, and a first aid kit. Keep it to Regional Radio for updates on this developing winter storm. A new year is upon us, and the Clinton Chamber of Commerce is back to work getting ready for its annual events. Executive Director Janice Peterson says things begin with the annual dinner. Plans are still coming together for this event that gives a recap of the year in review for the Chamber, as well as honors local employers in DeWitt County through its annual awards.
We're going to start with the annual dinner. And I don't have a date for that yet, but I'm hoping early February. Mm-hmm. After that is actually the convention that the Haunted House volunteers go to in St. Louis. So that's always a fun time. We learn so much and get so many good ideas for that. Right on the heels of that will be Business Expo, and then May Days, and then a golf outing, and I'm going to forget something. Then the Haunted House is going to start back up again. Yeah. So it's a revolving door at the Chamber.
Peterson is still finalizing plans for the annual dinner she hopes to be able to share soon. If her plans can come together, she looks forward to a fun dinner again this year.
I have spoken to some entertainment, and I don't want to give it away because he's pretty much locked in, but I want to make sure that we can get the venue and everything all straightened out. Okay. Then we'll have a theme for that. And like I said, hopefully that'll be around the first part of February. With the conventions the last weekend of February, the first weekend in March. And that kind of takes the dates that we typically would have used. So we're working on it. If this all pans out like I want it, it's going to be an excellent time.
According to Peterson, the Chamber has talked about moving its annual business expo in March to Clinton Junior High School. The plans for that event are still being worked out.
I haven't really even talked to the school. It has been kind of recommended by people in our board, and I haven't talked to the school to see what we can come up with there. But
Okay.
I'm hoping that Heartland Bank will still have their shred truck. The location would still be fine for that. And just I'm hoping that we can just get more people this year. Parking would be closer. We wouldn't have to worry about any of the sports. This last year we got stuck with, they rescheduled a softball game and we didn't know it, and the custodians at the school didn't know it. It wasn't on their calendar, so they were all helping us, and then all of a sudden the gate gets locked in the back. And that's where our people unload, and they loaded into those back doors.
Sure,
so yeah,
sure.
it became a little bit of a hassle. We worked around it. Everything worked out fine. We don't want to interfere with what's going on at the school either, so.
Once the Business Expo wraps up, the Chamber then moves on to May Days. Those dates have been locked in for May 15th through the 18th in downtown Clinton. Follow along with all things Chamber of Commerce by finding them on Facebook or visit ClintonILChamber.com. More facility expansion could be in the works for a rural county, Logan County School District. Jason Spang is the first-year superintendent of Mount Pulaski Schools and indicates they're in the early stages of planning for an addition to the junior high.
We're trying to grow.
Well, it's in the very early stages. You know, we still have some decisions to make. Obviously, one consideration is the site here at the grade school. You know, we need the space for our junior high classrooms, but then we would also, in this model, we would be able to utilize the remainder of the space in this building, but then just, you know, add on a new gym, add on 9 new classrooms, add on district offices. And so it's a junior high addition. Right now, our elementary school pre-K through 8 is in this building here. We have 2 buildings on campus, the 9 through 12 building at the high school, and then our pre-K through 8 building here. So it would be an addition on the north side of this property of 9 classrooms plus a gymnasium. And so we're very much in the infancy stages of those conversations, but we would could break ground in the summer of 27, and it would be probably a 2-year long project. But the great news is that we don't have to relocate. You know, we can still maintain operations here, still, you know, put that construction project in place, and then have enough revenue by the time that's done in 29 to have it paid for.
According to Spang, this year the district is going to enter into strategic planning, and while they have maintained enrollment for several years, they're hoping to create a plan to recruit and attract new families to their community.
Historically, we've maintained our enrollment, you know, throughout the last probably 10 years, but we are sitting down in January for a new strategic plan. We're bringing in Ralph Grimm from IASA, and he's going to lead us through that process for the next 3 to 5 years. But that is definitely one focal point, is recruitment into our community. So we've seen, I would say, small incremental amounts of growth and a little bit of moving into our community. But that's one thing we really want to target. We feel like we offer a lot to students and families that want to move into a community where there's a small school setting, very low student to teacher ratio, where their students and their kids can receive, you know, more individualized instruction. And so we think that's a direct result of why we've been testing so well in the district. You know, why we're rated exemplary. You know, we want to expand. That's why we're bringing new facilities and improved facilities to the community. You know, we're not going to receive all this wind farm revenue forever, but, you know, this building is 50 years old. So we need to make improvements. We need to, you know, add on and eventually phase other parts of the building out.
Spang indicates the current strategic plan is about to expire and factors in the plans the district is discussing, plus the plan should be a part of the new strategic plan once it is formed this year. He also notes they unveiled the renderings at its boys' holiday basketball tournament in November around Thanksgiving. Residents of Lincoln have seen the former location of the Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital on 8th Street transformed over the last few years. In 2025, Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch hopes to continue to develop that area of the community as a hub for activity for its residents.
We're trying to grow that 8th Street property over time, trying to be fiscally responsible about it. I don't know if you remember, but many years ago, there was a proposal for that park that was $1 million to build that thing up. They called it Apex at City Center, and it was an elaborate design We just can't afford that. And so the things we've been doing, like the fitness court and the dog park, and we have new sidewalks. That's a walking path all the way around the property. This will add to that and complement that. And so we're just trying to continue to grow out that centralized community gathering point.
According to the mayor, the property at one point had a vision with a $1 million price tag. The vision now is to perhaps develop an amphitheater type of space similar to a park in Sherman, Illinois.
If you've ever been to Sherman and seen the park that they have up there, they have a nice little amphitheater, and we'd like to see something like that. Not necessarily exactly the same, but something that kind of works here in Lincoln. But, you could do theater in the park, small acoustic plays. There's plenty of things that people can do down there. To movie nights, we could make sure that there's screens built in so we could do movie nights. We did a couple of them this year that the community came out, small crowds. Movies aren't everybody's thing, but I think it was nice to do that.
The mayor believes they have a great community and hopes if you've not ever been to Lincoln or it's been a while since your last visit, swing into town and check out some of their potential attractions. Destination LoganCountyIL.com or LincolnIL.gov are great places to find more information about the community. Get news anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.